sports.
In what began as an interesting tweet from Creighton head coach Greg McDermott asking for center Ryan Kalkbrenner's help on December 4th when Kansas comes to Omaha resulted in a canceled honeymoon and ultimately Kalkbrenner announcing his return to Creighton for one more season. Just a day after his name was listed as an early entrant for the NBA draft, Kalkbrenner announced he is spending his fifth and final year of eligibility in a Bluejays uniform. The three-time Big East Defensive Player of the Year has played in more NCAA tournament games, 11, than any Blue Jay in program history, with a very good chance of some more coming up next season.